And we are back for another play session. And let's see what quest we get, all that good stuff. I'm guessing these earlier sessions are going to be a little bit slower as I am trying to figure out how this game plays. And the core gameplay loop, I kind of created a custom one, but I'm still going to be following like a general loop, but I wanted to create something custom just to make sure that it doesn't feel monotonous after a while, and that I can also continue to focus on the story arc. And so I have a phase 1 of sorts, and so that's basically just scene and goal setting. So I've already reviewed the story arc and the personal goal or narrative threads, all that. And so I'm going to decide if I want to pursue the personal story arc or acquire a formal quest. And so for this first session, I want to acquire a quest. I just wanted to go through that loop again, see how that goes. And then, so now we're at a point where I'm going to establish a scene and twist. So establishing the setting and characters. Right. Oh no, Bobby. Let me remove Bobby. Bobby's not here. So it's going to be, I'm at Carhelos, the city, and we're we found the quest board after that jerk, made us search forever. Took a long time because he provided no direction. So we are going to roll the twist die to determine if there is a surprise event into this scene. But for right now, we're going to say that Tessa is at the quest board area. That there's an admin building here. So let's see if anything happens. So I'm going to roll a d6. That's a 4. And then I created a PC-specific addition, which is like a memory trigger. And so I created this specific mechanics called memory trigger for my character, for Tessa. And so at the top of each session, each play session, I'm going to roll one of those and see what I get. It's really to determine a memory fragment or a clue about a faction or a past identity reveal or some type of rift connection. So this roll always happens. So these will always fire at the start of every session, not every scene. I was going back and forth between every session or every scene, but every scene I'd be triggering a lot of memories, and I want to take it slow and see. So basically that is it. So we sit down, there's a twist, there's a memory, and then we go have fun. We go to a quest, rift, story, downtime, doesn't matter. So that was a 4. And let me see. I don't know if anything happens, but I'm going to roll a d20 because I have that memory trigger mechanic that I created. Okay, that's a 15. Okay, so after establishing a scene, roll to see if there's a twist. At first, there is a 1 in 6 chance a surprise event is introduced. Roll a d6, and if the result is a 1, a surprise event is triggered. At the end of a scene, the players must evaluate if they were in control of the situation. If they were not, the chance of a twist goes up by 1 to a max of 3 in 6. If they were, the chances go down to 1 in 6. So I would say she's pretty in control. I don't know, we just got here. Nothing's happening so far. So I rolled that d6 and I rolled a 4. So no twist. There's no surprise complications that hit the scene. So it's a clean start. But I did roll a memory trigger. So I rolled 15. The trigger, the memory that triggers is a noble family in Carhelos paid for subjects like her. Interesting. So I'm starting to get flashes of coin changing hands, a sigil half burned into my memory, the implication that someone powerful inside the city has funded the experiments that have created her. So now I'm thinking, is she a creation? Are all strangers creations? She doesn't know the family name yet. She doesn't know the reason. She just remembers like a flash of her transaction. And so we will start there. For now, I only know someone rich paid for her, someone like her, someone inside Carhelos. So now I think she's just looking at everybody in the city a little bit more suspiciously, but We don't have time for that. We need more money. We need to get stronger. So we're going to go on a quest. So we are going to acquire a quest. So let's see, is this the right page? The quest board. The most common way of obtaining quests is via the quest board. In the case of Karhelos, the board is actually an admin building situated in the Stranger's District. This is where you must go to find any quests you might consider interesting enough to pursue. So when you arrive at the board, you must generate the number of quests available to you that day. So that's done by rolling a d4 plus 2. So let's do that, d4 plus 2. Okay, so I rolled a 2. So there are 4 quests for today. And I'm free to I'm free to refuse taking any, but I have to wait 72 hours before generating new ones. Once you know how many quests there are available, determine which type of quest it is and its details with the help of the tables found in this section. Remember that if a quest requires you to reach a specific location, you must determine the direction using the random direction table. Okay. You can have as many active quests at once as you want. So before completing a quest, you must roll on the quest reward table to see what you will gain from doing so. This will often determine whether you accept a quest or not, since you might not find the reward interesting enough. Okay, so let's do it. So we have 4 quests. So now there's the reward, reputation. Yeah, we also want to get our reputation up because once we complete quests, our reputation goes up by 1. So any quest that I take, I'm just going to finish it no matter how frustrating or even if it's like annoying or repetitive, I'm going to take it because I'm just trying to get that reputation number up, actually. Actually, let's track reputation. It's another track. Right now, it's at 0. There we go. We got trackers tracking my health, ability pool, achievement pool. I forgot to track my achievement last night, and I forgot the number of how much damage I did in the last session. So I'm going to round it up to 25. I know I was fighting a guardian in the prologue. I don't have any etherite yet, and reputation is at 0. Okay, I'm gonna roll a d12 for the quest type, and then there's the distance, and then the reward. Okay, so there are 4 quests, so it's a d4 plus. And since there's 4, I'm just gonna roll a d12 4 times. I think that'll just be quicker. And they're all different. I'm happy about that. So I got 2, 3, 7, and 10. There is the distance. And then for the reward, I'm just going to roll, it's a d10. So I'm going to roll a d10 4 times. Okay. So that is, 5, 5, and 6, 6. So that would be 2 of them are skill books, and then 2 of them are random formula or blueprints. Okay, so for the quest type, I rolled 2, 3, 7, 10. So that is escort, delivery, patrol, and rift closure. And then we have the skill books and random formula. So now we need distances and direction. So the escort is d20 plus 2. So if I go to escort here, we see the distance there is d20 plus 2. So there's only 1 escort, so I'm going to roll a d20. Add 2. Okay, so, whoa, 17. Escort, okay. Oh, that one, I'm going to find a lot of stuff on that one. And then delivery distance, let's see. Both craftsman and township requires a constant influx of materials in order to complete their many ongoing projects. This is why it's common to send adventurers with requests for all sorts of materials. Delivery quests will always pay the market price for the materials delivered, plus the standard quest bonus. Once you know what you'll be collecting, roll 2d6 to learn how many units of the material in question you must deliver to complete the quest. Okay. And then there is also patrol. So patrol, let's see how far away that is. That distance is 2d10 plus 10 hexes. Okay. So let's see, 2d10 plus 10. So I rolled a 15. So it's going to be 25 for the distance. Oh, wait, sorry, that's rift closure. No, it's the same. Okay, so patrol is 25 total. Okay. And then there is the rift closure, and it's the same thing. So 2d10 plus 10. So I'll just re-roll it. 9, so that's 19. Okay, so now I'm going to roll a d6 for the random direction. So I rolled a 6, so that means I'm going northwest. And then I will do the same for patrol. I'm gonna reroll. Another 6, okay, same area. And then for rift closure, that's a 5, so southwest. Okay, so for delivery, I'm going to roll a d6 to see what type of material it's asking for. That's a 4, so alchemical ingredients, okay? And then I'm gonna roll 2d6 to see how many units you have to deliver. 7. Okay, so I have all the 4 quests ready. I have escort, patrol, rift closure, and delivery. Now, these are pretty scary. I mean, I don't know. But like escort has 17 hexes to get to it. And so much can happen with like the daily rolls when you're crossing hexes. And then the patrol is 25. Then there's the rift closure. I'm not sure if I'm ready for rifts yet. We're gonna start off easy. Well, what I'm thinking is going to be easier than the other. So we're going to start off with delivery because it doesn't tie me into specific distancing, and I can just explore hexes and go from there and try to get like these alchemical ingredients as best as possible. So yeah, there's no travel requirements. I can gather these anywhere, and the progress can come a little bit more naturally from exploring hexes or maybe even killing monsters. I'm sure there'll be combat in here. There's no pressure, no deadlines, and I can get 3 skill books, which is pretty cool. So every hex I explore will still count towards story depth and materials. And I can decide to pivot too if I want to, maybe get to that rift or something, because nothing's locking me in with this, taking this quest first. Okay, so now we are in Karhelos, and we're going to do the delivery quest, which is really just a turning in quest. So find some stuff, come back to the city, and turn it in, and you completed that quest. And so I am in hex number 1632. It's kind of hard to see the number 16. Okay, so a quick little update, a little behind the scenes context. I had actually recorded about 2 sessions of this game already, but I decided to scrap them and start fresh. So I had been playing a couple sessions, and I've been loving like the world and the vibe of this game, but I was feeling like I was hitting a wall with the mechanics after the tutorial session. The combat and exploration felt less like an adventure, and it started to feel more like accounting, which I really don't like personally in my solo play experiences. There was just too much bookkeeping. There was a lot of random tables for basic actions, and it was dragging the pace down for my type of fun to like a crawl. And I realized it wasn't fun for me, and I want to streamline some things. So I just ended up I guess stripping away a lot of the stuff that was just making the gameplay really, really slow for me. So I was ending up, I do a lot of edits for this, but I was ending up just sitting here reading rules, referencing the PDF again, going back here, there, and there was just a lot. And I didn't want to give up on this game too early. So I kind of want to play a more streamlined system and not feel like I'm managing a spreadsheet. And I was really feeling that way, especially during combat that I had. It was just so slow. And so, yeah, so I've overhauled the system a bit with my own set of homebrew rules. I'm stripping out the, random ability draws. I'm just going to use whichever ability I want to use. Simplifying how enemies work and removing the mechanics that kind of lock me out of the fun that I want to have. So if you see me doing something that definitely isn't in the core rulebook, don't worry. I didn't misread it. Maybe I will sometime still for the core rules that I'm still keeping. But there for sure are deliberate tweaks that I have made to keep the game moving. So no need for rules corrections in the comments because we are officially running on a lot of homebrew power right now. So with that said, let's get into it. So I originally was going to do the delivery quest, but I'm gonna do the rift closure. This is gonna be like my final test to see if I, even with these homebrew rules, am I going to like playing it more? Is it still gonna be a little frustrating and slow? So I'm gonna play this quest, like this game's, namesake, and travel the 19 hexes. The direction is southwest, and the reward is 1 blueprint or a formula. And then I'll have the delivery quest kind of like in the background. I'll still roll for gathering checks in each hex that I go to. So for right now, I am going to be traveling southwest. So I believe it's kind of like I'm going down here and I will eventually head into the Crystal Plains. But for right now, I'm in the Car Helos region. So I'm currently in hex 1632. And so to get to the rift closure, it is 19 hexes I need to cross. So I'll just keep track of that on my own. So I'll just say hex number 1 as I leave Car Helos is 1731 as I'm moving southwest. And then I'm going to roll for the travel check, see what I get. So I'm going to roll, it's 3 hexes. So by the time I finish, I'll be in 1829, which is still, I'll say the Car Helos region. I'm barely out of it, but once I get to like this hex, 1828, I will be officially in the Crystal Plains. But for right now, we're just moving up here. So let's deal with 1731 and see what happens there. So I'm gonna roll that D6 and see what I get on this travel check. That is a 5, so it's an interesting find. So I'm going to roll a D20 and see what this interesting find is. That's an 8. So that is a rust knives enforcer blocks a bridge, demanding a toll, 100 ether per person to cross. Those who refuse will have to face the consequences as they are attacked. Use the bandit stat block. Ooh, so it's a combat counter, a rust knives enforcer. Now I don't have 100 ether, so it looks like I'm gonna have to fight this guy. So that is, we're here, we're in 1731, and he has the bandit stat blocks. So we're gonna go here. And we're going to roll for initiative. I know that I need to roll, let's see. Okay, so we're going to roll for initiative, and I'm going to be rolling an opposed perception check. So I will roll for me. My perception, okay, I rolled a 55 and my perception is a 50. Oh, okay, I lost. And then I'm gonna roll perception for the bandit. I'll re-roll. 89. And then the bandits is 50 as well. Okay, so we're just going to have, I was looking up the rule for who goes first in initiative. If we both rolled over, whoever wins gets to act first. If either side's roll a critical failure, their opponent attack as if they have surprised them, but let's see. I think it's the bandit. So the bandit's gonna go. They're going to move, and they're going to make a ranged assault against me. This person who's trying to stop me in this hex. So I'm gonna roll D8 plus 2 as they fire off their weapon. Ooh, that is a 6 plus 2 is 8 damage, and then I have And then I'm going to roll a d8 for my... I have armor. So I'm going to roll another d8, and that does 7. Oh, snap. Nice. So they did 8. Oh, they only did 1 damage to me, so I go down by 1. Okay, so I'm going to move. I'm going to use, because I really like this ability, expose weakness. It costs 4 ether, but if I move here, I can do it to him. He's in that zone, so I'm going to use expose weakness. So I choose a target, and the target receives plus 20 to my attack checks for d4 plus 1 round. So I'm going to roll a d4 plus 1 just to see how long that lasts. 4, so that lasts for 5 rounds. Okay. So that was my action. I can take a second action, but I don't have any ranged ability, so I'm going to end it there. The bandit is going to move up to zone 2 with me. And now that they're at zone 2, they're going to try their sneak attack, which is another d8 plus 2. That's 7 plus 2 is 9. So right now it's 9, but I'm going to roll a d8 for my armor. Oh, wow, only 1 damage again. So I go down 1. And so we're in the same range, so I'm going to use Ironstorm. I believe it's called. Yes, I really like Ironstorm, so I'm going to use Ironstorm. Okay, so my bladed weapon is 60, as I'm going to use my longsword. And I have a plus 20 because I use exposed weakness. So right now I have this D100 roll. So I just need to roll under 80. Oh my god, I rolled 88! That's... okay, that was a miss for that first action. And Ironstorm I can only do subsequent free actions if I succeed. So that was Ironstorm. Now I'm going to try Penetrating Strike. So Penetrating Strike is just basically another weapon strike. So I'm going to roll again, hopefully get under 80 this time. Okay, 45. Okay, so I am wielding it two-handed, so I'm going to do 2d6 damage. And I have a new minion rule, so minions are... anybody that's 12 or less damage, minions are easy to take out, like this guy here who's trying to get in my way as I'm trying to travel through the hexes, which is 8. I did 8 anyway, so dead. And that is the end of combat. Just making it move a little bit faster, which I really like. So let's see what happens at the end of combat. So the bandit is a humanoid creature, so I'm going to roll a d100 on the humanoid loot table. Okay, so let me roll that d100, see what I get. It's a 36. So I get an armor manual. Okay. And since that was 8 damage, my bloodthirsty initiate will go up as well. Can add that. I was originally thinking skipping combat, but I remembered bloodthirsty initiate. I need to deal a whole bunch of damage so I can level that up. So that is my motivation to enter into combat. So now it is at 33. Bloodthirsty initiate. And that guy is dead. Okay, so that is it for that hex. We're going to go to the next hex. Well, actually, let me make a gathering roll because I am looking for alchemical ingredients. So my gathering is 18, so I'm just going to see If I get 18 or lower, 54. Nope. So we're going to move to hex 1730. Going to roll that d6 for the travel check. That's a 3. So another interesting find. So I roll a d20. 12. Interesting find. A young man slips the party a glass vial of shimmering metal, begging them to deliver it to the Weavers League. The liquid hardens flesh on contact, grants +1 protection for 1 hour. The Iron Shippers will kill to reclaim it. Okay, so he slips the party a glass vial of shimmery liquid. The liquid hardens flesh on contact, grants +1 protection for 1 hour. Okay. Will I deliver it to the Weavers League? No, I'm going to keep that. But he doesn't know that, but I will take it. +1 protection for 1 hour. Okay. I won't use it now, but I think that will come in handy. So this is a glass vial of shimmery liquid. Don't know what it's called, but... Okay. So I'm in a new hex. I'm going to make that another gathering roll, and just hopefully get 18 or below. Nope. It's all good. It's all good. But that is that hex. We're gonna go to the next one, as this is all day. This is all day 1. So 1, a noteworthy encounter. I rolled a 10. An ancient observatory on a hill overlooking the city. I'm not sure how noteworthy encounters work. I think you can kind of, maybe it's like a role play opportunity. A group of, because there's different kinds. Like 11 says a group of strangers heading out to complete a quest, a group of tower wardens. So you're like interacting with the people in the world. I can see this if I was playing with another player or co-op being like a really cool encounter opportunity, but I'm just going to skip them for now. And I'm going to make, as I'm playing solo, I'm less focused on roleplay. So I'm gonna roll to see if I get an 18 or lower for my the gathering check. 35. Nope. 1 day. Okay, so that is day 1. Day 1 is over. So there's no time limit for rift closure, so I don't have to worry about that. I can roll a d8 at the end of the day for recover health. So I'll roll that. I only lost 2 health, but why not? 6. So then my health will go back up. And then, so the next hex and the next day, I can move 3 more again. This will be hex number 4. I'm moving to 1828. Oh, I rolled a 6. I'm sure that's a combat encounter. Okay, so we're gonna roll on the combat encounter to see if it's bandits or cut purses. So I roll a d20. That's a 4. So bandits. Okay. So if we go back here. Oh. So there are 3. So there are 3 bandits, but with my rule, they all act as one group, so I'm not going to be rolling for each one. And they are minion stats, so any damage done to any of them immediately kills them and takes them out. So let's roll for initiative. Let's see who can go first. So we're all 50, so I have to roll under 50. Okay, I rolled 39. That's for me. I'm gonna re-roll for the bandits to see if I see what they get. They get 51. Okay. So I'm going to move up here. I don't have any ranged weapons, and expose weakness only has a range of 1. So they do need to get to zone 3. So now it's their turn. They're all going to move to zone 3. So that was their 1 move action. And then they are going to do... I think they kind of just pop up out of like behind some trees and stuff. And they all are going to do a ranged assault. So I'm going to roll 3d8 and see how much that is. That's 12 total, plus 2 is 14 total damage to me. But I'm going to roll a d8 for my armor. Ooh, only 1. Okay, so that was... 11 damage total. So... So my health goes down to 12. That was their action and their move. I'm going to stay in zone... I'm in zone 2 for right now, so I can move. Well, actually, I need to get to zone 3 so that I can actually hit them with my longsword. So that was my move action. The other action I'm going to do is expose weakness. So that's going to be attached to all of them as a group. And then I'm going to try Ironstorm again. And hopefully that works. So that's going to be 80 total. So I need to get 80 or under. Okay, that's a hit. So that is a hit. I'm going to roll 2d6. That's 8 damage. I take out this one. Dead. Since I used Ironstorm and I passed, I get to go again, but it's at a negative 20 this time. So I need to get 60 or under this time. Yes, 41. Okay, so that attack hits. I'm going towards where it says Bandit 5 here. And roll the 2d6. Another 8 damage. They are done. So I go for Bandit 6. She goes out in a flurry of blows to get all 3. And then I could go again, and it's another... So this time it's a negative 40. So usually, I started at 80, went down to 60. I think now I'm at 40. I'm at 40 now because I get the plus 20 because the exposed weakness. Under 40, let's go. Oh, 62. Okay, that misses. So Ironstorm was my first action. Well, no, that was my second one. This bandit can go, and they're going to use their sneaky trick, which I believe they're going to do their sneak attack, actually. So that is a d8 plus 2. They do... That's for 5 damage against me, but I'm going to roll armor. 2. So they do 3 more damage to me. And so my health is now at 9. So that was their action. I'm still in zone 3 with this last one. I'm just going to do, actually... Oh, I forgot to roll for how long Expose Weakness goes for, so it's a d4 plus 1. Okay, so 3 rounds. I'm going to do Graceful Strike, and that is with my longsword. So it is 80 or below to hit. I rolled a 17, so that hits, and I'm just going to roll that 2d6. So that's 6 damage, but because of the minion rule, any damage that I do... I believe I made it so that, like, if I do over 4 damage, then it's an automatic death and they're out. So that is 6 more damage. So that is 22 damage total for these bandits here. And I'm at 9 health, and I am done with combat. which is nice. This is how fast I want it to go. So that feels good. So it's the end of combat. They are humanoid, so I'm going to roll on the humanoid loot table. So that's a 29. So that is a skill book. I get a skill book. I don't know what a skill book does for me just yet, but I'm going to look it up later. So that's the end of combat. So now I'm going to make the obligatory gathering roll and hope I get under 18. That's a 77. Nope. One day I'll gather something. So that is Hex 1828. We're going to move to Hex 1927. And we are now officially in the Crystal Plains. Okay, so 1927, we're going to make that. So this is a 5. So this is another interesting find. Let's see what it is. It's a D20. It's a 10. So let's see what that interesting find is. A man stumbles out to the street from a nearby bookstore. Oh, we're not in Carhilos anymore, actually. We're in the Crystal Plains. So this find is different. Okay. A massive storm causing lightning to strike the crystal formations more frequently and creating a dangerous environment for travelers. Oh, wait. Nope. That was a noteworthy encounter. I gotta read the right table. Okay. This is the actual correct one. A whirlwind of crystal shards hovers menacingly. It appears to consume lightning to grow larger. Feeding it, for example, with a lightning strike spell, earns its temporary blessing, increasing your travel speed through the Crystal Plains by +1 hex. Oh, okay. Also, I'm in the Crystal Plains. I know that in the Carhilos region, you can move 3 hexes a day. I need to double check how many hexes I can move. Okay. Traveling across Crystal Plains. That's 2 hexes. Okay, just wanted to make sure. So I can move 1828 and 1927, and then that'll be the end of the day. So I can't feed the crystal shards because I don't have any spells. So I can increase my speed, but that's totally fine. I'm going to make my gathering check. 87. Nothing. And so that's it. And then, but it's the end of the day, so I can roll a d8 to recover some health. Yes, I rolled an 8. So this will go up to 17, my health. So that is the end. I'm not sure what day it is. I'm just going off of the amount of hexes. I think this is technically day 2. But we are now in Hex 1926 as we continue to move southwest. Let's make our travel check. That's a 2, so a noteworthy encounter. I'll read what they are, but I don't think I'm going to plan on interacting with them. So noteworthy encounter is a D20. It's a 7. A cluster of a cluster of islands that float high above the plains. Interesting. Gathering check. 15. Yes. Finally. What I was looking for, this is like my secondary, an alchemical ingredient. So I'm going to roll a d10 to see what which alchemical ingredient I found was. So it's a 3. So I found a common ingredient. Okay. I need to find 7, so I found 1 out of 7 so far. Okay, so this is day 3. Now we're going to move to day 4. And that will be Hex 2025. a 2, so it's a noteworthy encounter. And then I will roll for the gathering check. 88. Oh, 88, that's a double. There's a rule about rolling doubles. So the attempt failed, but I did roll doubles, so that's a fumble. But since it was on a skill check, regardless of success or failure, your gathering skill is marked for an improvement check to be performed at the end of the gameplay session. Okay, so I know that it's at the end of a game session, but if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. So I'm just going to make that improvement skill check for gathering right now. Currently, my gathering skill is at 18. If I roll above the skill score, I can increase by D4. So, okay, I rolled a 90. So that is above. And so I can increase the skill by D4. So I'll roll that. That's 2. So gathering is now at 20. Okay, so that's the end of day 3. And that was hex number 7. So I have about 12 more to go to get to that rift closure. But since it's the end of the day, I'm going to roll a d8 for health. And that's just 2 more. So the health goes up by 2. So 19. Okay, so now we are at day 4. And this is hex. It's kind of hard to see, but it's 2024. I'm not going to roll a D100. I'm going to roll a D6 for the daily travel check. It's a 4, so an interesting find. So let's see what the interesting find is. Oh snap! I think I'm supposed to be rolling a D10 for the Crystal Plains. Uh-oh. Let's see. Each region has a different travel die. Oh, indicating their danger level. Okay. So Crystal Plains has a travel die of D10. Okay. I will correct that now. It should be a D10. So I roll a D10. And that is an 8. So combat encounter. Okay, because I guess it's getting more dangerous is the point of that. Okay. Okay, so I'll roll on the Crystal Plains combat encounter. So let's see who it is. Okay, D20. It's a 14. So it is a giant spider. Okay, so I'm fighting against a giant spider. So this is a melee creature. It's a beast. It has 15 health, so it's not considered a minion. So I will just do the regular damage as usual. It can only move 1 zone. It has piercing damage. It has a web shot as well. It has a poison cloud. So let's see. We have the spider here in zone 4. Let's roll for initiative. So I rolled 75, so that's definitely over mine. And the spider has good perception. So it just needs to roll under 85. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so spider is going to take 1 action. It's going to move. It's going to use its web shot and try to restrain me from here. So it needs to roll under a 60. And it rolled 98. Yes, misses. I'm going to move up to zone 2. Of course, I'm going to use expose weakness on it. And then I am going to use good old trusty Ironstorm. I just love Ironstorm so much. It gives me a lot of opportunities if I'm successful. So I have 80. Well, actually, I have to get in the same zone. So I can only do that for right now. So I'm going to do expose weakness, move up to zone 2. Then the spider is going to go. The spider has 15 health. And so it's going to go now. Has its venomous bite. So it's going to do D8, but I also have to make an endurance check so I'm not poisoned. So I'm going to do a D8 plus 2. I rolled a 2. Plus 2 is 4. I'm going to first roll my armor. I rolled a 2, so it only does 2 damage to me. So I go down to 17. Okay, so I have to make an endurance check. My endurance is 40. So 40 or below, and I'm not poisoned. Let's go. Oh, 83. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm poisoned now. I am poisoned for the next. I'm poisoned for the next round. Okay, so I'm now poisoned. So every round I'll take 1 poison damage, if I'm understanding the rule correctly. So, I take 1 more point of poison damage. So now I'm at 16. So that was that move. We're still in melee combat with each other. So I'm going to try Ironstorm again. 80 or below. Let's go. Okay, that was a hit. So I'm going to roll 2d6. It's a 7. So that was the first one. So it is now down to 8 damage, this spider. I can roll again because Ironstorm allows that, but it's at -20. So now I just need to get under 60 to succeed. 54. Nice. Okay, another 2d6. Okay, it's only 3 damage. Okay, spider's now down to 5. It was a success though with that second Ironstorm. It is now down. I need to get now under 40. 47. Oh, okay. So I miss, but that was my first action was Ironstorm. So now I'm going to use Graceful Strike as my second action that I can take. And Graceful Strike is just a regular. I have to get under 60. Oh, that's a 78, so I miss. So it is back. It is back to the spider's turn, and it's going to do another bite attack at me. So it's going to roll. So that's 6 plus 2, so it does 8 damage. I'm going to roll okay, so it does 8 minus 5 is 3, so it did 3 damage so far, so I'm down to 13. But this venomous bite does add more poison, so I need to roll another endurance check to make sure. So I need to roll under 40. 90. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my poison is up. Another one bite. So 2. Now I lose 2 damage this round. So 13 goes to 11. Health for me. Okay, so back to me. Let's switch it up. Let's see. I have Unbound Fury. I can stun targets for up to D4 rounds. Let's see. What does Penetrating Strike do? I could do that too. Penetrating Strike. Okay, Penetrating Strike, Grateful Strike. They're all very similar. It's just a regular strike. So I'm going to roll 80 or below. 39, that hits. Then I will do 2d6. Hopefully I kill it now. Yes, I do 8 more damage. So it is dead now. It's at 0. So that's -5. Okay, so the poison effect does go away at the end of combat. I think this is a beast, so I'm going to roll on the beast loot table, D100. That's a 7. So that is 2d20 ether. Oh, nice. 15. Okay. I get 15 ether. So, spider is dead. I'm at 11 health. We are going to... We're going to go back here. I'm going to make a gathering roll. So now it's 20 or below. It's a 96, so I don't find anything on this hex here. And that is the end of that hex. So I'm going to move to hex 2123. Roll that d10. The lower the better. Okay, that's a 3. So that is an interesting find. And then I will make my usual gathering roll. It's a 57. So nothing on the gathering roll. That is the end of day 4. I will roll the d8 for health. Okay, I get 4 back. So now I'm at 15. Okay, so I'm going to do one more day before I end this play session here. So the next hex I am at is 2122. And then I will roll that d10 to see. It's a 3. Okay, interesting find. Oh, I forgot to roll in the interesting find. Let's see what it is. I mean, you know, why not? What do I see during these travels? Okay, I rolled a 4. So a storm wolf stalks the party but doesn't engage. Attacking it causes it to howl, summoning D4 more. Oh no, I'm leaving that bad boy alone. Or maybe should I attack it? Should I attack it? It does summon D4 more. But I am a bloodthirsty initiate. I'm thinking. Well, let's look at the stat block for it. What does it say? Storm wolf? It is stalking us. It is a large predator though. Its health is 18. Has crackling blue fur. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it for now. Let's just make my usual gathering check. That's a 50. So nothing. I'm gonna go to the next hex. And that'll be 2221. I think I will soon get to probably go through Goldmire Bay. What region is this? This is Goldmire Bay, I guess. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We're gonna go to hex 2220. See what we find. D10. Oh, that's an 8. Combat. I knew it. Hopefully it's not a wolf anyway. That'd be funny if it was one of the wolves, but please don't be a wolf. So this is... We are in this region. We're in the Crystal Plains region. So let's see what enemy it is. If I get a 16, it's a storm wolf, you guys. Let's not have that happen. 8. Okay. It is a bandit. Oh my god. It's a bandit. Hey, that's fine. Bandits are a part of my homebrew rule, so I treat them as minions. So let's get a bandit in here. So my health is now at 15, actually. Bandits' health are 8. But they are minions in my book. So let's just roll for initiative and let's see how it goes. We both need to roll under 50. 98 is for me. Jesus Christ. And then 61 for the bandit. We both rolled over, but I rolled higher. And I think that means I go first. If I'm wrong, I might be wrong, but I'm going to move to zone 2 And I can only do expose weakness if the bandit was in zone 3. But they're not. They're still in zone 4. So that is the end of my turn. I don't have any ranged weapons. I really should. I need a ranged weapon. I wish I had one. So bandit's going to go. They're going to move to zone 3. Bandit has a strongbow, so they're going to roll a d8 plus 2. So that's a 6. Plus 2 is 8. I'm going to roll my armor. I rolled a 6, so it only does 2 damage to me. So I go down to 13. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to zone 3 with the bandit. So that's my movement. My first action is expose weakness. Second action, Ironstorm, baby. Let's go. So that's going to be, I need to roll under 80. Nice, that's a hit. So I'm going to do 2d6. And that is 11 damage, nice. And that guy is done. But if I'm remembering correctly, there are 3 bandits, actually. So I just killed one of them. But I did pass the Ironstorm check. So I'm gonna, now it goes down to 60. I need to get 60 or under. Nice, I rolled a 20. So 2d6 for the second guy. 4. I'll take it. This guy gets hit and is out. My Ironstorm ability is now down to 40, so I need to roll 40 or under now. 30, nice. And I do 8 more damage, and this guy is taken out. So I can take out all 3 bandits. And that is the end of combat with the bandits. So, last thing I'm going to do for day 5 is my usual gathering check. Hopefully get under 20. That's a 53. Nothing. Oh, well, let me do the loot roll for after combat. There's the loot roll. Humanoid, so I'll roll that D100. 50. I get another random blueprint. I wonder, is there like a random blueprint table? Okay, so I will roll for the blueprint after. So that is where we're going to end this play session, and I will be back on another day to continue this this quest of the rift closure. Let me add up all the damage I did, because that's going to go towards my bloodthirsty initiate. Okay, so bloodthirsty initiate numbers are now at 96 out of 200. Nice, making progress on that. Okay, so I am liking my homebrew rules and the speed of combat now. Streamlined it, and I'm having a lot more fun because of that. So I think I'm going to continue on with that and continue playing on another day.